Cast your mind back to those grainy pre-debut survival show videos. 8 guys crowded into a dorm that looked like it was held together by duct tape and prayers, sleeping on mattresses laid out like Tetris block because there wasn't enough floor space. They were eating cheap convenience store Kpop, counting every single one, wondering if they would even survive the next elimination round. Fast forward to today, and the picture is violently different. We're seeing watches on their wrists that cost more than a luxury apartment in downtown Seoul, suits tailored by French fashion houses that treat them like royalty, and a lifestyle that screams old money. It begs the uncomfortable, glaring question that fans whisper about in forums and Twitter threads. How did a group from a mid-tier agency become these financial titans? And more importantly, who is sitting on the biggest pile of cash? It's not just about success. It's about the mechanism of wealth in an industry designed to keep idols poor. To understand why Stray Kids is different, we have to look at the dirty laundry of the K-pop industry. Most idols are essentially beautiful employees. They show up, they dance, they sing the songs given to them by a faceless committee of producers, and they get a paycheck. It's a brutal system. The agency takes the lion's share of album sales and tour revenue, and the idols are left with scraps until they've paid off their debt for training. But Stray Kids pulled a heist on this system, and that's where the real story, the controversy of their wealth, begins. It starts with Versace. While other groups were waiting for their company to hand them a comeback track, Bang Chan, Changbin, and Han were in a dimly lit studio, not just writing lyrics, but composing, arranging, and producing the entire soundscape. This isn't just creativity, it's a business move. By registering their tracks with KOMCA, the Korea Copyright Association, they stopped being employees and became shareholders in their own product. You have to understand the scale of this. Bang Chan alone has over 180 registered songs. Changbin and Han aren't far behind, sitting on over 150 each. When you compare that to the average idol who might be credited on 10 songs in a decade, you realize that Racha isn't just rich, they are financially invulnerable. This is the scandal that doesn't make headlines but makes executives nervous. They own their masters. Every time God's Menu blasts in a club in Sao Paulo or S-Class plays on a radio station in Paris, Bang Chan, Changbin, and Han are getting paid. It's passive income that doesn't stop when they go to the military. It doesn't stop if they leave JP. They've built an empire on intellectual property that will feed their grandchildren. This is why fans joke that Bang Chan bought the JP building. It's an exaggeration, sure, but there's a terrifying grain of truth to it. While other idols are fighting for a few cents of drama revenue, Racha is literally printing money in their sleep. It changed the hierarchy of the group instantly, creating a divide not in friendship but in financial liquidity. Let's talk about the rumors, the stuff that fans analyze with a magnifying glass. There has always been speculation about Changbin's background. Long before the designer watches and the custom stages, a photo surfaced from his parents' home. It wasn't the house itself that sent the internet into a frenzy, but the lighting. Hanging there was a crystal chandelier that looked like it cost as much as a mid-range sedan. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. Was Changbin just another poor trainee scraping by? Or was this a chaebol playing idol? Netizens went wild, speculating that his family was already wealthy, which would explain his confidence and the way he treats the other members. He's notoriously generous, swiping his card for massive dinner bills without blinking. Whether he came from money or the royalty checks hit him first, he is undeniably secure, but it shows that in Stray Kids, the wealth dynamic is complex. It's not just the music, it's the image. Then you have the visual line, specifically Hyunjin and Felix, who represent a completely different kind of wealth, the golden spoon of high fashion. This is where the numbers get scary. Hyunjin isn't just wearing Versace, he is the prince of Versace. Donatella Versace doesn't just reply to his posts, she claimed him as family. That's not just an endorsement, that is a merger of brand value. The fashion industry is cutthroat, and they don't pay out millions for ambassadors who don't sell. Hyunjin sells. They call it the Hyunjin effect. He wears a bag, and it sells out globally in minutes. We're talking about items costing $3,000 to $4,000 disappearing because he touched them. His contract isn't a standard salary. It's a partnership worth millions, likely eclipsing what some veteran actors make. And you can't ignore Felix. When Louis Vuitton came knocking, they didn't just want a model. They wanted a muse. That deep voice and that angelic face creates a contrast that drives creative directors crazy. He sits front row, cameras flashing in his face, treated with more reverence than Hollywood A-listers. The money here is fast and massive. A single Fashion Week appearance or a photo shoot pays a fee that most people working 9-to-5 jobs won't see in a lifetime. While the three Racha members are building generational wealth through royalties, Hyunjin and Felix are generating immediate liquid cash flow that let them live in the lap of luxury industry right now. They are the face of the group's prosperity, the walking, breathing proof that Stray Kids has transcended K-pop and entered the realm of global pop culture icons. But when you peel back the layer of glitz and glam, there is a quiet, almost jarring reality to how the other members move through the world. We're so used to seeing idols flexing logos, but Lee No, Seungmin, and IN play a different game. It's quiet luxury, and honestly, it might be the most terrifying indicator of their wealth. Lee No is a fascinating case. He doesn't wear the logos plastered across his chest, but if you know fashion, you know he's dripping in money. Look at his airport fashion. It's understated, casual, but the sweater costs as much as a month's rent. And then there's his spending on his cats. Suni, Dooney, and Dory eat better than most humans. He's buying premium organic food, expensive vet treatments, and high-end toys like it's nothing. That is the ultimate flex. Disposable income spent entirely on the comfort of his pets, plus his quiet philanthropy, donating to UNICEF and children's charities without fanfare, speaks to a level of financial comfort where giving away millions doesn't hurt. Seungmin and IN, the maknaes, are following suit. They've learned from their hyungs. You see them wearing Alexander McQueen or Leo, pieces that don't scream, "I'm rich," but whisper, "I have more money than you can imagine." It's a confidence that comes from security. They aren't trying to prove anything. While fans are busy debating net worth, these guys are reportedly buying real estate and setting their parents up for life. It's a stark contrast to the broke trainee narrative they were force-fed for years. The industry trains them to be grateful for scraps, and now they are sitting at the head of the table. This brings us to the biggest topic of debate among stays, the Black Card. Rumors have swirled for years that Bang Chan holds the Hyundai Card, the Black, an ultra-exclusive credit card reserved for the top 0.5% of wealthy individuals in Korea. It's a card with no limit, literally. Fans have dissected vlogs and live streams, freezing frames to analyze the card in his hand. Is it true? JP certainly won't confirm it, but the behavior matches the myth. Bang Chan is the daddy of the group for a reason. When the bill comes at a high-end restaurant after a hard day of schedules, he doesn't blink. He pays for taxis, gifts, and food for the entire staff and members. It's not just generosity, it's capacity. If the rumors about his net worth are true and estimates place him between $10 to $15 million, making him the undisputed richest member, then footing a bill worth a few $1,000s is equivalent to a normal person buying a pack of gum. It's a rounding error. So let's cut through the speculation and look at the hard numbers, or as close as we can get to them without hacking JYP's servers. Financial analysts and industry insiders have crunched the data based on album sales, tour revenues, copyright registrations, and brand deals. The consensus is that Bang Chan is the king of the hill. His wealth isn't just from his idol activities, it's the royalties from nearly 200 songs. That is a recurring revenue stream that compounds over time. He's not just rich, he's wealthy in a way that anchors the entire group's financial future. Following him are Changbin and Han, sitting comfortably in the $6 to $8 million range, their rap skills literally turning into gold bars every time they step into the booth. Hyunjin and Felix are nipping at their heels, with their luxury fashion contracts pushing their net worths into the $5 to $7 million range. It's worth noting that their money comes differently. It's less about ownership and more about brand power, which is more volatile but incredibly lucrative right now. Then you have the rest, Lee No, Seungmin, and IN, hovering around the $3 to $5 million mark. In the real world, that is unimaginable wealth. In their 20s, they are set for life. But in the context of Stray Kids, it creates a tiered system of wealth that mirrors their roles in the group. The real kicker here isn't the money itself, but the shift in power dynamics. In the K-pop industry, money equals freedom. When Bang Chan pays for dinner, it's not just a nice gesture. It's a reminder that he is in a different tax bracket. When 3RACHA negotiates with JYP, they aren't negotiating as employees begging for a better title track. They are negotiating as producers who own the rights to the music. It changes the entire conversation. It changes how the company treats them. They can't be replaced. You can find a handsome face, but you can't easily find three guys who can produce a billion-stream discography. Stray Kids has hacked the code, and they did it by turning the agency's weapon against them.